Hello everyone, welcome to Sports Taza. With me today I have Preity Upala, and she's born in Dubai, but she's achieved so many things in her short life. She's a cricket analyst, she's a geopolitical expert, ex-investment banker, turned columnist, and a media entrepreneur, plus a Hollywood producer. And currently she's in California. So Preeti, words actually fall short to what all you've done, but today we'll be discussing cricket. Thank you for coming on the show.
Namaste, Vidit, and namaste to your wonderful audience. Thank you so much for having me on Sports Taza. It's definitely a pleasure to be here.
Likewise. Today we're going to be discussing India versus New Zealand match. How's the World Cup going so far for you?
Well, I mean, it's funny. You can put on your analyst hat and, look at, you can predict and maybe you'll get some right, and that's interesting. But obviously, as an Indian fan, when you put on, or maybe if you remove other hats, and at the end, if you're an Indian fan, it's interesting. It's kind of we're in a little bit of a precarious situation. Normally, our World Cups, we do well, and we're always sort of favorites, at least to make it to the finals and so on. And this has been a bit of an interesting one, but I think there is so much to appreciate in global cricket and beyond Team India's performance. There's so much to celebrate, I think, including I think the game that we just saw yesterday. It was, pretty fateful in many ways.
Certainly. And since you talked about yesterday's game, I'll quickly just show what the points table looks like for India's group. So Pakistan has won all of their three matches, which
Mhm.
is certainly good for India.
Yes.
Afghanistan lost yesterday and India has just played one match. But if you look at Afghanistan's run rate, they are pretty good and they beat Scotland by 130 odd runs. Do you think yesterday's win for Pakistan against Afghanistan is actually in India's favor?
Yes. So I remember even before this game happened, I had gone on air on several shows and I said the more Pakistan wins in the group stages, the better it is for India because the points don't get distributed around. They just go to
Yeah.
one nation, right? It only helps us. It's even keel. And people, I don't think, understood that. And I mean, the Indian fans are so passionate. They're like, how can you pray and hope for a Pakistan victory? And we are in that situation. We are really at the behest, and what these other countries do, whether they win or lose, actually does affect us. So yesterday's win, believe it or not, actually was good for us. Had Afghanistan won that game, really, it's almost game over for us, because now, to be honest, more than New Zealand uh, getting a chance to qualify, to be honest, Afghanistan would be the bigger threat, because I do actually think that they're stronger than New Zealand. And when they do play New Zealand finally, if that's in Sharjah, which I think it is in, I think those conditions are going to suit Afghanistan. So I don't. If there are Indian fans concerned about New Zealand, I think you should be more concerned about Afghanistan. But yesterday's win, it's good for us. Net run rate also got slashed, right, from 6 to 3, better,
Yeah.
and another loss for them will be, it brings it down. And if we win one, well, we will win two. Anyways, I think our role would be try to win big against Namibia and Scotland. You would hope. Let's hope that they have like a huge victory and our run rate goes up. So that's the only way that you can sort of equalize that. But we still have a shot. It's tough. We have to win every single match from here on and to basically qualify. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's knockout game for India each and every match. And
Yes.
when it comes to New Zealand, India actually last beat New Zealand in an ICC tournament in 2003. So in the last 18 years, either India has not played New Zealand in some of these tournaments, and all Indian fans' memory is very refreshed with the World Test Championship final which just happened. And what India's record was against Pakistan is ICC tournaments. I think New Zealand has that upper hand over India in ICC tournaments. So it'll surely be a tough clash, but I think India will be raring to fight after their 10 wicket loss against Pakistan. So do you see any squad changes from the India point of view?
Yeah, I do actually think that India is going to win this game against New Zealand. They have something to prove. I think they're gonna really find some form. I do think I see them winning. If they don't, it's not good for the World Cup. Trust me, it's not good for
Yeah.
the game. It's not good for
Not good for
anybody.
viewership, not good for broadcasters, for sponsors.
No, 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 no. I mean, it's like game over for a lot of, and they're all sort of trembling. I think they're all hoping, please don't lose, because so the squad changes for me. I am very I think the big question mark would be, are they going to play Hardik Pandya? Is he going to bowl? He doesn't seem like he can bowl all the 4 overs. I don't think 2 overs is enough. So if he's not going to be the bowler, then he won't be an all rounder. I don't even know if his batting is that strong for the position that he bats at. I would have to say you have got to take a call on him. Are there better players that one could use? The answer is yes. You might have to shuffle a few players around. Ishan Kishan's name has come up a lot. He is in good form. Find a way to have him in the squad. It might be replacing Pandya. It might even be replacing Sky. Sky is brilliant, but he hasn't been that brilliant self in this World Cup, and I don't think we can continue to just have another half-baked, effort by this team. So Ishan is in form, and I think he's ready to go. I would give him a shot, either replacing Pandya or Sky. I think Shardul Thakur should definitely play. He is an X Factor player. You cannot not have him in the team. I was shocked when they didn't play him against Pakistan. Somebody like him is such a, he's just so competitive. He gives.
And you see
Uh,
Shardul coming in place of Bhuvneshwar or Shami.
yes, I think Sharda will come in place of Bhuvaneshwar. Bhuvaneshwar, love him, one of the best T20 bowlers in the world. But I not only is I think he's just not on the money this time. I don't even think he's 100% fit. He sort of he just doesn't seem like he's all there physically, and I don't think he's 100% fit to play. So Thakur instead of Bhuvi, Shami, you have to take a call on him. Do you want to bring somebody else? I mean, and also Venkatesh Iyer, will he play? You could play him. Ashwin, Ashwin might be an interesting choice as well. So I think there's a lot of questions for the selectors and the captain. I don't think it's as confused as it sounds. I think it's a straight thing, but you have to have the spine to make these changes, which I they haven't made the necessary changes in the past. So I think if we don't see any changes, that will be very unfortunate. And I just don't think that fans are going to accept that very like lying down. Hopefully we'll have at least 2 or 3 changes, and I think that will make a big difference.
Absolutely. And personally, I don't see probably three changes. I certainly see Shardul coming in place of Bhuvneshwar. Absolutely agree with you. But I think Pandya, he was bowling in the nets. I think as a sixth bowler, he still might get an extended run. And you know what Asif Ali did last night. And we're just hoping Hardik Pandya can maybe just do something similar and something spectacular as well. And as Kohli said, that after just one match, we don't want to press the panic button so easily in terms of changes. So I'm really don't know how many changes will happen. I personally still very skeptical, and with the
I,
deal
I I
coming,
I agree with you. I wish we were more on the dot with the changes. Yeah, panic button. Well, you shouldn't be. If we lose tomorrow, there is no panic button. It's all
correct.
over. You can
Yeah,
go
it's all
home.
over.
So I think the time to press the panic button was actually yesterday. I mean, it's past already. We are already kind of in like a no man's zone, or already we're in limbo, to be honest. So that's not a good statement. You should be panicking. You should be very panicked, and you fight for your life. Like all. Look at the Pakistan team, right? I mean, these people. Look at the Afghan team. oh my God, you see everything out there, right? The guts, the glory, the passion. And when they have lost, they are completely destroyed. And it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing to watch because they have given it all and the fans have felt it all, and it's wonderful. But I didn't see that with the Indian team at all when they lost. I maybe they were shocked, but it was very kind of detached and no emotions. So that's a bit scary. I really want to see a lot more emotions.
Hmm. So quite a lot of passion and emotion is something I probably can expect, and you'd be hoping for in tomorrow's match. And India's top order, it happened in the 2019 one day semi-final as well against New Zealand. Bolt just wrecking through the top order, and Rohit has a weakness against left arm seam bowling. You saw that against Mohammad Amir, Bolt,
Yes.
and recently against Shaheen Afridi. So I think that opening spell will be very crucial for India. But any two, three players from the New Zealand side which India should be careful for, or to something to look out for, who will be your match performers?
Well, I mean, the captain is always must target him. Guptill is very good, of course. So I mean, he hasn't shown the best. Their performance was okay. The last game, but I always think that they're a stronger ODI and Test team. I think maybe T20 is maybe their weakest format. That's why I
But do you
don't think
think
it's
these
going to
sort
be
of
a big.
pitches actually suit their playing style? Because it's no one's scoring at 200 odd runs. Maximum score is 150, 160. Williamson can actually play at a strike rate of 110, 120, anchor the innings. So do you think actually playing in Dubai suits New Zealand more?
Uh, i- well, I mean, if if the Indian team is firing, then no, then
Yeah.
then it'll be better for us. Like it really depends on how strong we are. Uh, yeah, I don't want to see. Well, you don't want to see a middle order collapse, but you also don't want to see that very slow run rate and stalling at the top sometimes where they just don't get there's no flow, right? There, even the power play passes, and they haven't done it. That I mean, of course, you can attribute that to great bowling, but if the batsman is also not in good nick, they're just going to miss those chances. Because power play, no matter what team you are, that's when they cut loose. So you should be able to sort of manipulate that and get some runs on the board. So I'm hoping for a very fired up Indian side who I hope they win the toss. It'll be a bad toss to lose because I
Yeah.
think that's already you're on the back foot already, and you're being somebody's dictating basically which way you will go. And if this the dew is affecting the ball a lot. We're seeing the conditions actually are affecting. Chasing is becoming very tough, right? So I New Zealand is very good at chasing, I think. And they're calm. They don't let the pressure get to them, but the Indian side they do. So we'll have to see what will work for us. But I hope we win the toss, and I hope we make the right call. Um, I just hope that our openers are in good form. They could even try. They could mix up the opening, combination. Why don't you have Rohit or Sharma, right? It, I don't know. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can mix it up a little bit and get something new based on their bowlers. Like, you know, I mean, you should be studying. I think what I've seen is I don't know. I definitely they did not study the Pakistani uh, bowlers well enough because they couldn't play against them. But I think with the New Zealand bowlers, I hope they have done enough homework, and also they played with them during the IPL, so they should know how how they bowl. I guess how they play, and you should
Yeah.
have an answer. So let's hope for a good game.
And the Indian fan in me certainly hopes that the India Pakistan game was a one off game and India actually storms back and gets that favourites tag back. And on that note, as you said, the toss is very crucial. Kohli does not have a very good equation with tosses. And personally, before the match, I just hope he wins the toss and India actually bats second.
Mm.
On that note, thank you, Preeti. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you to all our subscribers for watching. It was great having this discussion with you. do subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and go India. I hope they win. They hope they have a great game. Jai Hind. Dhanyawad. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.